What is up, guys? Big K from on TV here. And today we're back with Friday Night Live. And it's going to be a spicy week. You know, we got a ton of stuff happening, as always. And what a better way to start off with than a Maine lobster fisherman has found the first cotton candy colored lobster. Now, apparently it's the first cotton candy colored lobster. Well, but would it mean it's a gay lobster? I don't know, but he found a cotton candy lobster. Something that, it feels like something that one may do fine, you know? People up there may love lobsters. There was a video out there online, because everything's online nowadays, of a woman giving birth on somebody's front lawn in California. How crazy was that? And then also in the same state, because everything happens in California, folks. There was a bear swimming in someone's swimming pool. Come on, bears like to swim too, man. Obviously. Ever worry about losing that good engagement? If you ever worry about losing that good engagement ring, well, don't worry, because in this one, a Chicago firefighter went down into the drain and miraculously found someone's engagement ring. Or was it? No, never mind. Never mind. It's a wedding ring, but either ring is a big moment. Whatever. If you give like let's show something here. So if I get down here, it feels like it's pretty important. I gotta make sure that even if you're just down on one knee, or if you go two knees, you're like literally surrendering yourself. Like, what are you doing, bro? Do you go right? Or fall over, or left. You choose. But it don't really matter the way you go. Just, you know, make sure the hands are open, make sure the box is open, and boom, you got an engagement ring. And a proposal, too. The proposal needs to just land. It's like, will you marry me? And she will say yes, because obviously she'll say yes because she don't want to break up with you, because usually you're proposing like in front of like a ton of people at like a restaurant or a gathering or a party. Yeah, party. Stuff like that. Where, well, because social media is the big thing nowadays, you know, so everyone's like, oh my goodness, he's proposing, get the cameras out! So, a couple things to look out for in that engagement. File notes. I'm gonna have it on the knee, make it look like that it's like you're really putting your heart and soul into this, because I know you are. And you gotta make sure you hand it out like this. That's how you do it, folks. In sports, yeah. In sports, the Braves won the World Series for the first time in like 25 years. I had to think about that one. It was a close game in Game 6, but they did it 4-2. So yeah, I bet the Braves fans are celebrating. Alright, so in a surprising win, because anything that Edmonton does nowadays is surprising, they actually beat the Boston Bruins. Yeah, it's gonna hit right here, because, you know, like it whenever Boston wins, but it is what it is. Another good one was Thursday Night Football. The Patriots slammed the Falcons at home. Took the Falcons out of the nest. Wow. Yeah, it was a good game. Mac and Jones. Oh my gosh. That's a cool name. I like that. Like, we're keeping that somewhere. Mac and Cheese is now like the best rookie quarterback in the NFL now. Led the Patriots to a 7-4 record. Let's go. And that, what was even crazy was that they beat the Browns 45-7 on the previous Sunday. So just go kick ass and chew bubble gum. And so was Cam Newton too, because he went back to North Carolina, specifically the Carolina Panthers, and he beat a good Cardinals team. A good one. And he stated,
Yes, he is. Wow. The energy they said that Cam brings.
Yeah, I mean, not much more to say. You know, he had an outstanding game back, and he is probably going to start this week, or this coming week, against the Washington football team. I almost said Redskins. Well, I don't know. Didn't mean to offend you all. And just coming in, folks. Britney Spears' conservatorship, because we know we all talking about her here on Friday Night Live, is been over. Not been over. Her conservatorship is over. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. You guys know it. We were covering this in August, you know. So, it's a long time coming. So, in a shocking turn of events in the court scene, one of the judges, which is like Kyle Rittenhouse's case, it wasn't my case because my name's Kyle too, but I'm not going to the court because I didn't do anything really besides I'm getting arrested because my videos are too good. That could be the only reason why I would see myself getting arrested. Now I don't know if that would be a reason why I would get arrested or not, but probably not. Just your opinion. So, if you guys didn't even know, Rittenhouse went into a crowd in Kenosha, because Kenosha, Wisconsin is like a place where people burn up dealerships because Jacob Blake got shot by cops. That's what happened. And it caused all this chaos in the streets. And if we were doing Friday Night Live around that time, we would have been talking about it. But we started this shit like in September, so yeah, you get the short end of the stick. But basically, Rittenhouse went into the crowd. Well, he didn't go into the crowd. The crowd was coming to him. The crowd was like, "This guy's got a gun. We gotta take him down." Like they saw him as a threat. Like they were threatening him because apparently he was like a Trump dude, a Trump guy, so to speak. So he went into the crowd and went boom, boom, because apparently they were threatening him. Or apparently the protesters were threatening him. So then the trial because trials take literally forever. So now it's like a year later, and this shits are all happening, you know. So they made a pretty weird food joke. It was like one of the judges was like, "I don't want to see Asian food in the Long Beach Harbor tonight." I'm like, it's just the stuff that happens in the courts is just really sus. So, I was like, you should have just took that lunch break to avoid some controversy, so to speak. Also, other news. The infrastructure bill was passed. They're gonna fix my couch, finally! Let's go! I didn't mean this couch isn't bad, but like, it could, right? You could do some improvements. I mean, could shine up this leather a little bit, you know? Fix the couches. Fix the now it's like, so what are they gonna fix in this infrastructure bill? What are they gonna do? So the plan is we're going to, fix the crumbling sidewalks, fix the bridges, and put more money in budget into public schools and all that fancy stuff that our society needs, because it's an infrastructure project. So it's gonna be, a giant, like, rebuilding everything. The school was made 2 years ago. The toilets don't flush. Tear it down, right? Because it's infrastructure bill. We have the money now, so might as well just completely gut the whole place and just rebuild it. But that wasn't even the biggest shocker of the week. The biggest shocker of the week was that there were some close election races in Virginia. Governor Glenn Youngkin, or whatever his name is, Youngkin won the governor's seat from Terry McAuliffe in Virginia. Whoa. And we thought that state was leaning blue. We thought it was just going to go draw blue everywhere, but the Republicans won it. They took back the governor's seat. And they almost did in New Jersey, too. I'm not even going to try. These Italian motherfuckers have these, like, insanely good last names. Like what are people in America's last names are? Smith? That's not too complex. This one's like Citarielli. correct myself.
And
here,
it is
but they almost took the scene from
Citarielli.
Tom Murphy in New Jersey. New Jersey's like the coolest state ever. You guys should go there sometime. But it was a really close race. But Tom Murphy pulled out in the end. He lost by, I think under. He almost lost by 8%, which is pretty wild and gnarly. You know, stuff like that. You know, it's like, we thought the Democrats were doing pretty good in New Jersey, but maybe not. And that's also a reflection of how Democrats are doing across the country. Now, although we all know Newsom won the re-election race, that don't mean they're doing well, because polls around the nation are saying Democrats are being disapproved of by over 50% now at this point. Now, is it because the infrastructure bill doesn't have enough money in it? I think that's why. Maybe they should just go throw more money into that. Or maybe it's because they didn't fix my toilet yet. I think people aren't happy with the Democrats because they haven't fixed their toilets yet and given them their money while everyone sits on the couch. I mean, that's how I'm living, right? You know, I mean, I'm not living off the government, but like, I live off this couch. You guys know we do Friday Night Live on this couch, you know. So they take that away. It's gonna be like, oh no, we're gonna disapprove of the party that's causing all these problems. So Democrats, it's going to you now. Yeah. So this is wild, and something even more wild was the astroworld incident. Here is an entire video, not an entire video, but here is a little bit of a video I did on the astroworld incident. Let it roll. If you guys don't know, or if you've been literally living under a rock for like the past week or so, there was a astral event because Travis Scott loves his hometown Houston, right? Obviously, and he was like, well, let's make an Astroworld festival. Well, I mean, it's the first one back from COVID, so I think it's definitely a big deal. Like, obviously it's a big deal. Because there used to be a Six Flags Astroworld in Houston, and there isn't anymore, so he's like, well, let's make an Astroworld Fest. That's Astroworld in a nutshell. But what happened was, Friday, there was a, let me tell you, a festival. It was an Astroworld festival, and I'm going to show you guys right now what it was like getting in there.
Hey, tell them to over here. Hey, y'all sit over here.
So now you see all the people that came in, and you're like, oh wow, this must have been a lot of people. Oh yeah, this show was bussin'. So on the ground, we were expected to get around 50,000 people. So you can imagine, right? You know, Travis Scott wants people to come to the show. I mean, I want people to come to my shows, you know. People come to our Friday Night Live shows. They love it. It's spectacular. So, you know, we all have that common feeling of like, we want people to come to our shows. But in 2016 or around that time or so, there's been multiple like instances in the past where Travis Scott has been in trouble for like inciting fans to jump over barricades and do Gangnam Style and all kinds of absolutely chaotic stuff, you know. Because, you know, that's like his fans. His fans are like the type of me people. They're younger people. They're dudes who like rapping. And dudes who like rapping generally go bustin', or they go nuts when they hear his music. So, you know, what are they gonna do? They're gonna be like, oh, we need to see the Travis Scott show. We'll go, woo, we're gonna jump over the barricade. Yeah, you know, it's like they're like those people. And you can imagine if the crowd was way more than they were supposed to be, they'd be packed in there like sardines. Right, so the circumstances already aren't looking too good, but, you know, even Woodstock, I think, to a certain extent, you know, was
overcrowded. And it was even, we heard that there was a dude who came in that was starting like to inject people with some sus poison. Like, give me some of that! Yeah, wow, now look at that. It's like, so we're already right, he's living up to this reputation of, being this guy who wants these crazy, rowdy shows, so he's already living up to that reputation. Well, he is. At this point, he is now. So now we got an overcrowded show. They're now, like, Drake and all these people are supposed to show up, so these fans are going to be bussing. They're going to be going nuts. So, what happens when Travis Scott comes on? There's a giant crowd surge to the front of the stage, which is, if you don't know what crowd surge is, it's where fans will really push themselves to the front of the stage because they want to be up close and personal with the performer. That's a common feeling. I'll see this, but the point is that people were starting to get suffocated in this. People were getting hurt, injured, even killed. We're gonna have to get into that. This is where we get to the real meat and potatoes. So, people are now they're dying, they're getting hurt now, and there are fans calling for the show to get stopped because of all of the injuries and casualties happening. And what does Travis Scott do? He keeps going, because he wants to get that bag, man. I mean, we all want to get that bag, but sometimes, safety over the bag of money. And that wasn't clearly the motive that night. He just wanted to get that show going, Maybe it was not for me. Maybe he just wanted to play. I mean, I get it. He wants to play his songs live and stuff, I get it. But sometimes you gotta wonder, because we're getting to meat and potatoes here. Fans asked for the show to be stopped. And he kept going for 37 more minutes. And then, just for the show to be canceled the next day. I mean, I feel like he kind of had to in the situation, because also we're like, oh, you're gonna do another show again after like 8 people died? Like, whoa. That's like another level of like taking it to the top. And he also gave up his headlining gig in Las Vegas he was gonna have this upcoming week. So, I mean, this is reflecting on, I think, bigly and deeply. I mean, yeah, I would think it is after 8 casualties. I mean, jeez. This one's just coming in. Kyle Rittenhouse has been acquitted of all of his charges. So, what the court found was that, what probably the Republican Party has been saying for the past year now, it was self-defense. And that's what the court felt too. So, I'm going with that's what it was. There was no extreme bias or political analysts here, none of that. It was just a cold hard case. And that's what they said. And if that's what they said, then that's probably what happens. As for the other dudes, like, trying to, have some monster fight with him, they're in jail. Just don't, it's like, they were the rioters, they were the protesters, so, yeah. What's the word on Rittenhouse's situation. And we got another update on another beef. Actually, should I even call it a beef? There was a picture of Drake and Kanye together. Now, connect the dots, and you probably will know what it means. They're friends again! And that's what we all think, and we're thinking that's what happened, because Ye is, a very, strange person in the year 2021. It's not because he dropped on it, but just because of having 3 listening parties for 1 album. It's pretty wild, if you ask me. But this beef came to an end on a pretty unexpected note. I mean, it was kind of expected because of the astroworld incident that happened
around last week, so pretty wild, Never would have thought to seeing them two together in the same room, let alone in front of a house together with Pusha T. Like, what is going on here? I must be living like in 3022 or something. But that don't mean Drake can slide off easily, because we know Kanye is good at, like, throwing back at, like, he had Sean Kingston, right, on his record label, because, he loves putting people on his record label. So it was this person he trusted, and then out of nowhere, Kanye's like, I don't like Sean Kingston anymore. Why do you hate Sean Kingston, bro? It's Sean Kingston, bro. So, I mean, Kanye will flip on you like that. So I don't know if Drake should be sliding and be like telling him all of his personal beefs and other girls he talks about in his songs. I don't know if we should do that. I mean, defend or not video or not, but just, keep your eye out, Drake, because you don't know if they're going to come after you. So this is an update right now on that Travis Scott situation. We got 10 deaths now and counting, so that's 2 more from last week. It's like, people weren't, like, they didn't die instantly at the show, but they ultimately ended up having a fatality due to injuries or succumbing to them. So rest in peace to those victims. And this is an update just coming in. You're gonna hear that. I'm back, folks, and we're gonna talk about some spicy new releases on the board this week. Last week we had Silk Sonic come out with special guest Bootsy Collins. Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty far round, body back to my days when I used to would hang out in the 70s. Yeah, I'm that fucking old. So, we start off with, we got, technically the first song is Leave the Door Open. I was at to leave the door open for my guests. That's going to be coming in. When people come to my house, it's going to be playing. Big K's going to know it, trust me. You'll know what I'm talking about. We got Put On a Smile. Good song, too. We got Smoking Out the Window. Or should I say, Smoking Out the Window! Yeah, I'm good like that. We got 777777777. Blast Off. It was a pretty psychedelic tune, Brought back to my days in the 60s once again, because I'm that old. Skate is a good song. Slide your way on over. I try to get the ladies, folks. I play Skate. It's just, that's coming my album right there. However, like Persona de Norte by Exodus. They're trying to be Spanish again now. I don't know. My guys are they're also trying to be the 5th band in the thrash Big Four for no reason whatsoever. The Bees will continue. That's a number, man. And we got the title track, which kicks off the album pretty good. Clickbait's pretty good. It was a single. So actually, it was a good single, I will add. A good one, I will add. Got other reasons. We got Escape Plan / Dystopia. Before Travis Scott was having deadly concerts, he was releasing songs like that were bangers. We liked them. They were bangers. We liked them. Yeah, man. There were so many more releases. But yeah, we're just, still listening to music, man, so digesting some of these new albums that are coming out, You guys better be looking forward to my new text game video that should be coming up soon. And we'll kick it back to the crew at Friday Night Live. Alright, that was Big K. He wanted to come back in even though it's been, cold out from the chilling outside. But one last thing. There was the Build Back Better bill. Because its goal is to build back better. So in this bill, it's basically about your entire children. They'll be getting the free lunches, the free pre-PK. Oh my god.
look at the free pre-K courses and stuff like that. It's going to be, the income that they're going to get is probably pretty higher too, from what I've heard. They're going to work on climate change, the immigrations. So like basically all the Biden stuff that has been going on throughout his entire presidency so far will be addressed in this bill. Now, we're really skeptical if it'll really pass because, you got a 50-50 Senate, However, it passed to the House, obviously, because they're full of, grandmas in there that love to pass stuff. Yes. Oh, yeah, and all kinds of other fabulous stuff is in that bill, too, so, Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Friday Night Live, We'll catch you on the flip side.
And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, I recommend you guys please like and share this. And remember, guys, have a flipping amazing day.